What's up, nerds? Welcome to GeekBeast, part of the Geekish Network, and it's Friday. That means it is happy hour, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to drink and be merry. I'm your host, Chuck, and with me we have Randy. Say what's up, Randy.
Yo, what's up, Geek Chuck, man, what are we talking about tonight?
We're going to talk about some news tonight, Randy. Some news and some drinking. First of all, what are you drinking on? People in the chat, tell us what you're drinking on. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. What are you drinking?
I'm not drinking anything. Water.
He's drinking water, you guys.
Yeah, water tonight, I guess.
He's drinking water. What a lame. What a lame. Not just messing with you. I'm drinking ginger ale. I'm not drinking something further than water. I'm drinking sugar water. This is probably bad for me. Water's a good thing. I'm doing the bad thing. Drinking ginger ale. So we're going to talk about some interesting news, Randy.
All right,
what did you think of Mad Max Fury Road? What would you think of the movie? The first movie came out, hit the scenes.
What you mean, the first one? Like,
no, not the very first one. No, we're not going way back to the 80s. We're not going back to the 80s. The recent first one.
It was okay. It was just okay.
It was just okay.
It was just okay. The cinematography and shit like that. The story was just okay to me.
The story? You watched it for the story? People watch Mad Max movies for the story.
Yeah, what did I think of the movie? So yeah.
Okay. I didn't watch it for the story. I went in the D-box chairs and I went for the ride. I knew it was a vignette. One thing happens. A chase. That's all it is a chase.
Chase was awesome, but overall, just the movie was okay. And I was actually a very big Mad Max fan, and I mean that's why I asked you about the '80s one, because like I love the one with Mel Gibson and Tina Turner. That was my shit back in the day. And then of course, the updated one, I just thought it was okay.
It was just okay.
Just okay.
Well, they got a new one coming.
Furiosa.
Are you ready for Furiosa, Randy?
Sure.
Did you see the trailer?
The trailer?
It's the trailer.
They just
they released the trailer. Did you see the trailer?
I have not seen the trailer. Was the trailer good?
I have not seen the trailer. I'm not going to watch the trailer because I know the Mad Max movies are vignettes of people in this period of time. They're not really big on stories, like just the vignette of the lives of the people. I actually loved the remake of the Mad Max movie. I thought it made total sense. It was just a vignette of these people living in this one part of, is it Australia? I think it's Australia they're in. I don't know.
Yeah,
but it's wild. It's wild. It's a wild little thing there. I'm excited about this one because I think it's going to be a rambunctious ride.
Who is in it?
Who's in it? And there's Anya Taylor-Joy, the Queen's Gambit in the menu.
Okay, Queen's Gambit is good.
And alongside starring her is Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, Chris. Okay.
Chris Hemsworth. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And and it says, let me get the story appears to give a full origin of Furiosa from when she was taken from the family to when she joined up with Joe to lead the War Boys.
So it's a prequel to the first.
It's a prequel. It's a prequel. We're going to figure out how we got into this post-apocalyptic world.
Okay.
I don't know why people can go post-apocalyptic like this.
Yeah,
I figure the world fall apart. All we should do is have sex and eat.
I feel like that's what we should do now. I was talking with somebody the other day. I think I want to do
bonobo life.
Just like drink a little, have some sex, tell some stories, hang out with friends. That's it.
That's what I used to do in Hawaii. I used to be the lifestyle.
I mean, why do we need to do any of this other stuff?
People want to make money because somehow money and minerals became important. I don't know.
Like, why do we need it? Like, what? Like, I think I saw a friend posted a reel. Was like, we're on a planet in the middle of space, and we worrying about paying bills. Make it make sense.
Okay. Yeah, it don't make sense.
Make it make sense, right?
It
Like
don't.
why?
It don't make
Why?
sense.
You know,
Put on this earth to
if
pay
all the
bills. Huh?
buildings fail, right? If everything fail, right? So
Uh-huh.
what? We can get food. We can cultivate food and water.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so what?
Yeah, but things change,
Yeah,
economies,
like, so
greed.
what?
But no, that's just something that happens. And Mad Max doesn't take that approach. They figure in a post-apocalyptic world, people want to kill each other.
Wouldn't?
You know what I'm saying? They don't even have sex in that movie. They just kill each other.
Yeah, it's like,
It's
why? Like,
wild.
why? Just,
Use very poorly made technology and kill each other.
yeah, like, I don't know, like, why? Like, we don't need skyscrapers. I mean, don't get me wrong, I appreciate architecture, right? But like, there's so many things in this world that we just don't need.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. True, true.
And we
Speaking of
do.
things we don't, Speaking of things we don't need, there's a new Suicide Squad Isekai coming out. That's anime based on like a mixture life, like
Mhm.
VR life or whatnot. It's coming out. Suicide Squad might
Is
be
this the
the
one with
DC
Harley Quinn
anti-hero.
in it?
Yes. It's a collab between Warner Brothers Japan and Wit Studios. Wit Studios is dope, right? They
Yeah.
did the early seasons for Attack on Titan. They done some other anime. That the new anime finds Harley Quinn, Peacemaker, Clayface, Deadshot, and King Shark jumping into an alternate universe to fight and crack wise. I guess the wise cracks. They said
Yeah.
crack wise.
Could have been a typo.
Um, yeah.
So thought I remember reading about this a couple of months
Mm-hmm.
ago that this could potentially like reset the DCEU.
Hey, Warner Brothers Films is relying on Aquaman too to sell really well during the holiday season, apparently.
I
So
heard that the movie theater
yeah,
chains are
yes.
relying on the success of Aquaman 2. And
I
I
think
think
they
if that is the case, there's gonna be a lot of movie theaters closed.
hey, they probably need to bring back old movies. Bring back a lot of
Probably
Christmas movies for the
Aquaman, and I
Christmas.
mean I'm a DC person, right? I'm a DC fan, but it
Mm-hmm.
does not look good.
Well, Aquaman, yeah, but this Suicide Squad Isekai looks really good though.
Yeah, it does.
I'm quite excited for it actually.
Yeah,
I'm
I does.
definitely very excited for it. I wonder how far it falls off the rails with Studio. They did some amazing work with those Titans when we first saw them,
Mm-hmm.
and their 2D art style is great. It stretches and slings itself. It's magical artwork. I'm really excited
Yeah,
about this.
I
The
think it's
Isekai,
supposed to play over into the whole DCU,
I don't
DCE.
know. I don't know. I
What I
mean,
heard
maybe
rumors.
not.
Uh, what is it coming out on a streamer or is it going to be?
And they have Michael Jackson in here, Randy. I'm not
Okay.
sure this is gonna play over in the DCU. Having MJ in there is very expensive.
Yeah. Uh, what is it coming out? Is it a streamer? Is it a movie? Is it a Blu-ray?
It's probably gonna be a Blu-ray. Probably go straight to streaming. It's probably gonna go straight to streaming.
But why wouldn't they just throw it on Max?
That's probably what they're gonna throw it on.
Said,
Streaming.
you said Blu-ray.
They probably put a Blu-ray version up too. They still sell Blu-rays, Randy. They
No,
still
I
and they
absolutely
they,
know they
they put
sell.
it on both. They launch at the same exact time.
No, when DC does that, typically they don't do that. They don't launch the
It's a
Blu-ray and the
series.
streamers.
It's a
Yeah,
series.
right. But DC has animated versions that
Yeah.
are out that are series and movies, and they launch them usually on the Blu-ray. Now, I guess eventually they drop it over. But so Robin
No,
says, but the half reboot dropped into theaters and HBO Max on the same day. So
See, same day. Yeah.
no, I'm
Because
it's
because it makes sense because they can drop a collector's edition Blu-ray. They can drop a collector's edition Blu-ray.
was that during the pandemic though?
No. Like when the Spider-Verse dropped, they dropped a limited edition Blu-ray at the same time. When they hit Netflix, it hit
I
Blu-ray at the
think
same
right.
time.
We got it was a Blu-ray for Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. I got Across the Spider-Verse. Yeah.
Hmm.
I got the Blu-ray. I got a limited edition version of the Blu-ray.
At the
Yeah.
same time as the movie?
It came out when it went to streaming.
Okay.
So things go to streaming, they come out on Blu-ray too, because people still want uncompressed video. People
No,
such as the Funk will say, "Hey, I
I
don't
hear you.
do
And I'm not
streaming. I'd
I'm
rather
not
play the Blu-ray."
disagreeing with you, but a lot of times when DC drops animated features and animated series, they drop it on the Blu-ray, and it's like months and a long time before it hits a streamer.
That's the old stuff. Now the model we
No,
are
no, no. That's recently. Like DC animated version, they got a whole bunch of releases that are just on the
on
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
interesting. That's
yeah.
interesting because
And that's
David
why
Zaslav doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. That's why he ain't got to those properties yet, Randy. He's making billions of dollars off meerkats, fucking meerkats
and that's why not having
and
a clear
sharks.
release schedule of where it is,
Mhm.
that makes me wonder if that's what they're going to do. Just
Yeah,
that's why I asked. So
yeah. So I can see them doing both, right? We drop it on Blu-ray,
no.
release a limited edition Blu-ray that's really sexy with
Mhm.
an art book from the anime. Yeah, look, these are the names attached to it. Let me tell you the names attached to it. You got Working with Wit is director Iri Osada. He directed Jujutsu Kaisen.
Mhm.
Writer Tapi Nagatsuki. He did Re Zero, Starting Life in Another World. That's a really big isekai. Eiji Umehara, the VV prototype. I love the VV prototype. And one character work manga artist, Akira Amano from Reborn, and Naoto Hosada from Digimon the movie. So you got an A team of artistic talent on it, anime talent on this. So I can see them dropping an art book, dropping deleted scenes or work in progress scenes or showing art on the Blu-ray. People will buy that. But some people don't care about that. People want to eat this thing up. It's going to hit Crunchyroll. It'll probably hit Warner Brothers. Hell, they'll probably even sell it to Netflix at the same time. And it'll be in all three locations making
All
money.
the things you just said makes me almost think that they're going to release it on Blu-ray and wait for it to hit a streaming service. That's
They could do that,
just
but
a
but
hypothesis.
they wouldn't do that for the simple fact they know that how anime watchers watch things. If you don't give it to me on a streamer, I would just bootleg it.
Mm.
That's not how anime watchers literally, Randy. When an anime series starts up now, they do one-to-one release, simulcasting. And the reason they do simulcasting now is because if you don't get it to me the day it comes out, within 6 hours of it released, I have it completely translated to me and I'm watching it.
Then why not just put the where you're going to release it?
That's why they release it on streamers and they release it on Blu-ray.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Why not just notify us that with this press release?
That's a good question. Maybe they're still trying to sort that out. What formats it's coming in, but it's a isekai, so it's a series. We know it's a series, and it's not based on a manga. And so it's gonna they're making a series, it's a pure video series.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes,
it's
no.
so it's gonna be
We'll
very
see.
interesting. So I can see them saying, "Hey, we're gonna do this episode by episode every week. We're gonna drop it everywhere, and at the end of the season, we'll have the Blu-ray ready for everybody to grab up and grab it." Because they're gonna release it episode.
So we'll see. We'll
You
see.
know, I can see it being on Cartoon Network. Like it'll
I
run on
said been on a
Cartoon
lot of things.
Network. It'll run on the streamers.
I just find it oddly suspicious that they
They
didn't
do
put that
they
information
do
out.
Jujutsu Kaisen that way, right? You can it's on all the streamers, but they sell the Blu-rays and Best Buy.
And the only reason I'm bringing it up because, like I said, I know there are DC animated properties.
Yeah, that are on there. Yeah,
Come
that's
out
true.
on-
But those are out of DC Studios.
Yes, they are. They're out of DC
This
studios.
is out of Warner Brothers Japan and the Japanese studio.
Mm-hmm.
So they got
That
to think
could be
about
that
how
could
it's
be the
going to release
difference.
in
So
Japan. Yeah.
I'm just not sure. I
Yeah.
want to see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
It's
that
going
it
to be
looks good.
wild and weird. It's going to be like did you watch Batman Ninja?
I did.
Hey, what'd you think of
I thought it was
Batman
just
Ninja?
okay. I thought Batman Ninja was okay.
Yeah. It's kind of weird, right? The big mech in the middle of the damn
Mhm.
story. That's what it is. It's a isekai where you
Yeah.
go into a different world and and things can be fanciful and mix at the same time.
So we'll see.
The Funk said, meanwhile, I just bought a $350 high-end player this blue Black Friday. He's talking about a Blu-ray player.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, speaking of disc collector's editions, the Barnes and Noble Criterion Collection is 50% sale, runs through 12/04. That's true. Like, why would you buy those Blu-rays when you can actually just subscribe to the channel and get access to their whole library?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not debating
Yeah, you think, but
ability.
you think about Warner Brothers Animation, what they're going to do. Warner Brothers Animation is not doing it.
Yeah, so
they're not the company doing it, so they probably don't care.
So yeah,
like that's Japan. Let Japan do what's best for their market.
Because I hope it does come out on both
Yeah.
of them simultaneously.
Yeah,
I'm probably not.
I can see it. I can see the Blu-ray coming out later because if they release it, the Isekai week to week, like episode to episode. You know, they say they run on Cartoon Network, and that means they have to put it on HBO Max. They do week to week. They put it on Crunchyroll. Those are probably the three that would do it. They had to watch it week to week, and at the very end, like probably 3 months later, they drop a deluxe Blu-ray Blu-ray DVD with it, with some extras on collectibles on it. Maybe a collectible
Rodney is
figure of Harley
asking,
Quinn.
what is Isekai?
It is alternative life. Is like VR, like Sword Art Online is Isekai. It's like there's another world, you're in another life somewhere else, where there's like orcs and magic dragons and stuff.
Sure.
You know, it's like being reincarnated as slime or being reincarnated as a vending machine. Yes, those are Isekais. And you can actually go on, you can actually go watch them. And I heard reincarnated as slime is really, really good. So yeah,
I think they're going into
it's like
another
other world. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's way out there.
Yeah.
You know, they're based on most of the Izekais are based on light novels. And light novels are novels that have really long names in Japan. That's their characteristic, that it's a light novel. And it's like a fan fiction novel, like fanfare novel. And Isekai is really popular right now. I'm watching Isekai right now called Shangri-La Frontier. I watched Sword Art Online too. I watched all three versions of Sword Art Online. But I'm an anime nerd, so that's what anime nerds do. People can't see me in these streets. But Isekai is good. It's a good subgenre. It's like portal. The exact term for it is portal fantasies. So it's like a portal world, like VR, AR, or some other world you fall into. Like, oh my god, we're all here. Yes, technically Lion Witch in the Wardrobe. That is Isekai. Yes, yes. Rodney, you're absolutely correct. If y'all didn't know, our technical producer came in. He's like, so basically, Lion Witch in the Wardrobe. Yes, that's Isekai.
Okay.
And that's an Isekai. Yeah, you know, this is a very, very, fairly popular genre of mangas, light novels, and anime.
Okay.
Yep. It's kind of like DC has one up right now. DC Friends meets RW was it Ruby RWBY? That's currently on Max right now.
I haven't seen that.
You ain't seen it.
Yeah.
You should watch it. It's where you take the all the fairy tale characters, all the girls, and make them superheroes. They're not superheroes. They're like anime heroes. That's different than superhero. They're anime heroes. You know, where like Red Robin Hood has an axe. She has a sis, and it turns into a rifle.
The Funk said Mark Twain wrote in early Isekai, a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court.
Yes.
I actually read the book of that.
Yeah.
And yeah, Martin Lawrence, they had a movie to
Black
come out
Knight.
with Martin starring in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I read the book in high school.
Never ending story is probably Isekai. You said that is a guy. I just watched in the second one of those that movie. That movie's horrible. But I loved it as a
The
kid.
amazing story,
The never ending
the
story.
never ending
Two,
story.
two.
It's
Yeah, it's
amazing.
horrible.
I
Not
love.
number two.
Oh, number two is trash. Yeah, number two is trash.
Number one's trash too. You
No,
watch
I
it.
love number one.
Have you watched it recently?
I don't need to watch it originally
That's what I'm
to
saying.
do its standards.
Go watch
It's
it recently.
still
My
nah,
childhood mind loved it.
nah, man.
Yeah, okay, okay. You don't know how I loved it. Falcor is still my favorite dragon.
Yeah, like I
People
said,
thought Falcor was a dog. He's not a
I
dog,
love
he's a
the never
dragon.
ending story.
Yeah. It's a
Always
great
have.
movie. It's fucked up. A lot of fucked up shit happens in
Yeah,
that movie. We were tougher. We were tough as kids.
yeah,
We were
we
tough.
were. Yeah, these kids now, they ain't built like we were. We were feral out here in these streets.
So speaking of fantasies and fantasy worlds, Drake bought a fantastical forgotten amusement park made by famous artists. Is open in LA this winter. Of course he did. Of course he did. These are the other handcrafted amusement park attractions will rise again, this time in Los Angeles. Luna Luna will emerge from purgatory for public viewing this month as part of a multi-month immersive art exhibition. An exact opening date is still to be determined. Luna Luna Forgotten Fantasy.
Nah,
Backed by hip hop artist Drake and his entertainment firm Dream Crew, and will run through spring 2024, overtaking a sprawling Los Angeles warehouse space on the outskirts of downtown. He's gonna move out all the homeless. He's gonna shift all the homeless people down there and open up an amusement park. It's good. I'm gonna go see it the day it opens because it may not last. There's gonna be some dead bodies in there and stuff by the end of the first week. The city gonna make him shut that shit down.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't even know how to comment on this story. I
Oh man.
feel like Drake
Oh
is
man.
for
Luna, the creation of Luna Luna was dreamed up by icons of contemporary art in Enchantment Forest, for instance, crafted by David Hockney, or a Ferris wheel envisioned by Jean-Michel Basquiat. I am so down for this, where the whimsical contrast with violent images of an exploding house and stark phrase of racial inequality. This is going to be so Banksy did something like this called Dystopian Land or something like that, based
Mhm.
on Disney. And so Drake's doing this from other artists that did it way before Banksy was even, probably before Banksy was born, or the crew known as Banksy, because we don't know if Banksy's a real
I don't.
person or not.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I have no comment about this story. Drake out here. The funk said he's wants the extension. He say feels
Drake's
like an
supposed to be coming
extension
for
of
Michael
Drake
Jackson's
exclusively coming
legacy.
from Michael Jackson's legacy. I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know the funk. He just released the whole album disrespecting women the whole entire time, talking about this is for my dogs. And everybody thought it was gonna be a rap album. It was just him gaslighting through the whole entire thing.
I
And
mean,
then he came up with another one called Scary Hours, as everybody complained about him not rapping. And there's 6 songs of him rapping. He has a whole song where he's madly disrespecting women through the whole entire song. That song's like 5.5 minutes long.
I
And
mean,
at the end of it, and he looks at the turn and said, and that's the girl y'all want.
I mean,
I'm like, Jesus, who
you
hurt this boy? Who hurt this boy? Who
know, I
hurt this boy?
mean, like I said, he's the that's my role model. Young Draco said the young guy from Degenerous grew up not knowing who he was, man.
Degenerates.
Yeah, that's what Soldier Boy said.
Yeah.
He said Degenerous. I know it's Degrassi, but
Degrassi.
that's
Yes,
what Young Draco
Degrassi.
said.
Oh man. No, it's hilarious. It's hilarious because on Scary Hours, Drake said, I got white people scared of me. And everybody's like, what white people are scared of you, Drake?
What
They love you to
what
death.
person in this world is scared of Drake? I don't know.
No. Then he said, black people keep reminding me what my mother looks like I'm going to forget. I said, nobody black cares about your mama. Nobody talks about your mama.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Oh
Not
man. So he's making an amusement park now. and it's violent and it's wild and clumsy. Probably it's on the backside of LA, downtown, and starting at a warehouse, which is probably overran with Skid Row. So he's gonna displace homeless people. Homeless people are gonna be dead up in all that machinery, and it's
Oh
gonna
wow.
last about a week.
Chuck went
Let me
in the
tell you,
paint. We don't need
there's
to go down.
10 there's
I
ten
believe you.
thousand homeless people there, Randy, and
I believe you.
you're gonna enter one of those warehouses back there. You're gonna displace a whole lot of people that
I ain't saying it not. I just
have
said Chuck
need.
went hard in the paint for the people.
I'm just saying.
Man, I have no comment about Drake creating an amusement park. So let's move on. There's more interesting things out there in the
No, I
news.
mean the amusement park sounds awesome. Elon Musk told advertisers, "Go fuck yourself."
So
That's
what's
what
up?
we're moving on to. Elon said, "Go fuck yourself." He said they're blackmailing me for my company, Randy. They blackmailing me.
No, they're
And I was thinking to myself, did the definition of blackmail change?
well, you got that much money, and in his world, perhaps. No, they just don't want to do business with you because you're making anti-Semitic posts.
Mm-hmm. He's not making them. He says free speech is making them, and we're gonna let Earth decide, Randy. Earth is gonna make a decision.
So when a business makes bad statements about a segment of the population, advertisers generally choose not to support that business. That's not blackmail.
That's what I said, Randy, but he says blackmail.
you
The man
know,
said blackmail.
so that's what people do. They were like, nah, we don't want to associate our brand with that company. Feel free to say whatever you want to, but we're not going to be
He said they're
associated.
gonna kill the company, Randy. They're
Yeah,
gonna kill the company. He ain't kill it, they killed it.
yeah, right.
Because they don't like free speech.
So if I choose not to support a company, that is not my fault that the company goes out of business. And you will be surprised at how many people that I heard were like, yeah, Elon, tell him you sticking it to the man. And I was like, Elon Musk is the man. He's the richest person in the world.
And those people, Randy, you talking about will say this. I don't want to hear no transgender person reading a story to some kids in a library whose parents brought them there. And take all the black books out the libraries. Those are the same people. The same people that want books taken out the libraries are the same ones getting pissed off that Elon Musk has a company that says free speech reigns supreme, and which it does. Just nobody wants to advertise on that platform
I
because
don't
BMW doesn't want to be associated with the neo-Nazi post right above it.
Exactly. And I don't necessarily think that X, formerly known as Twitter, is a vehicle for free speech. It's a vehicle for speech that Elon Musk agrees with because he has been on record for firing people within the company that disagreed with his policies.
Yep. And they shadow ban people.
Yeah.
They shadow
So
ban people on his network.
yeah. So like didn't they ban NPR from like using it?
They took away. I think they took away their verification.
Yeah. So yeah. So
And
I
they
mean
said they work with the government. He said
so
they take government money. And I'm thinking to myself, Elon, you take government money.
right. That's how
Tesla and
SpaceX was
SpaceX is built
propped
with
up.
government money.
Right. And NPR doesn't they may take some funding, but most of it is raised by contributor donations. That's how NPR is supported.
Mm-hmm.
And what organization doesn't take some sort of funding from the government?
Exactly.
We just went through a pandemic where all the airlines took lots of money from the government.
And what
Health
he said,
insurance companies are subsidized by the government, like,
yeah, hospitals. So so
hospitals.
so Cedar Sinai can't come to X and be verified anymore.
And if we want to be honest, a lot of technology projects are subsidized by the government. The government
Most
lays
of them.
down the first foundation of it. And then private enterprise comes in and takes that technology and adapts it and pushes it and things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
aviation wasn't sponsored by private company, right? I
Yep.
mean, and
It
you are
was
in SpaceX. SpaceX, technically, all of that was sponsored by the
by the
government.
government.
It has to
By the
be.
government.
There's no other
Even
corporation that can spend that type of money and take those type of losses.
even Tesla's early days was all government money. He
Yeah,
got all the projects.
yeah, right. Because you can't, a private enterprise can't lose that type of money and still be functional, right? The
Yep.
government has to do it.
Corporate health is important.
Yeah.
He's an idiot, Randy. What can you say? Like he said, this is what he said. What this advertising boycott is going to do, it's going to kill the company. And the whole world will know that these advertisers killed the company. It would be documented in great detail.
But isn't that capitalism? Like companies go out of business all the time. That's
Tell it
but
to
he's
the
been
judge,
propped up by
Randy.
the government so long, he doesn't know that. See, they haven't let SpaceX or Tesla fail. And so he thinks that there should be institutions
They
that
may
prop up his company.
they may
Uh,
let it fail now
mm,
because Toyota perfected that solid state battery. And that
mm.
has to scare everybody that makes electric
I
cars.
don't think any I think the government is literally supporting Tesla. Like
Yeah,
there's no reason for Tesla to be the highest value company per stock price and shares.
it's no reason.
Yes. Yeah. And it doesn't make a profit, right?
Yes, and
And
doesn't
they don't
manufacture as
sell
many
that many,
cars as
right?
Toyota.
Doesn't
Yeah,
make that many cars.
yeah,
There's no way that Tesla sells more cars than Toyota, General Motors, Ford. Like, yeah, but their stock price and valuation is higher than all of those
yep,
companies.
yep. Toyota, Tesla's on par with probably they make more money than Ferrari, and not many people buy a lot of
Right,
Ferraris or
right,
Rolls Royce.
right, right,
Yeah,
right. It's a
yeah,
niche thing. Yep.
yeah. Like California and Austin, Texas holds down whole state of California and Austin, Texas holds down Tesla. Maybe also Washington State and Oregon, but it's
It's
the
not
West
enough
Coast.
to justify the
No,
type of
no,
valuation that the company
no,
has. Let's put it
no,
that way. Yeah.
no. Even all the Tesla purchases in New York don't compare to anything, and
Right.
all the Tesla purchases in Austin, Texas don't compare to anything. And California single handedly holds it up. My brother came out here and was like, "Man, y'all do have a lot of Teslas." I say every other car, and I
Yeah.
said it's because everybody's getting for 2030, which is going to be a failure.
Yeah, but it can't. But but I guess when you have a company that's literally propped up by the government, the idea that you have to compete like other companies, which don't get me wrong, they're rigged too. The idea that your company could potentially go out of business, you're like, oh, that's their fault. That couldn't be my fault. It's got to be somebody else's fault because he's accustomed
Mm-hmm.
to being propped up.
Yep. He took a couple jabs at the his statements as being anti-Semitic. He made a couple of them. Said then he tried to correct themselves. And I give Elon Musk credit in the fact that I know that he has a mental illness besides narcissism. He suffers through Asperger's, and that
Oh,
may be
does
tough.
he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he suffers through Asperger's, and that may be tough for him.
Yeah, maybe it is. I thought it
Maybe
was just
tough for him.
stupidity on his
No,
behalf.
he suffers through Asperger's. He went on Saturday Night Live and said he's been Asperger his life. He's trying, but I don't feel any grievance towards him whatsoever. You're the fucking third richest man in the world, and you drop him first because you bought a goddamn website for $44 billion. So you can let Donald Trump speak freely. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Let's go on from Mr. Musk too. We had stopped talking about him, so
Okay. 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 This is some good news. Weird Al uses his Spotify Wrapped video to dunk on Spotify. It's my understanding that I had over 80 million streams on Spotify this year. So if I'm doing the math right, that means I earned $12. So enough to get myself a nice sandwich at a restaurant, said Weird Al in his message on Spotify. Spotify pays the biggest artists 0.003% per stream. And yes, that is correct. Number of zeros.
yeah, I mean,
0.003. Not 3 cents, not the third of a penny per stream.
yeah. I mean, that has been an ongoing issue with
Mm-hmm.
Spotify. Is its pay models, and really, it's been really difficult to identify how they're paying artists. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
it's tough,
most artists don't make anything close to Weird Al.
right?
There's some artists that pulled all their music from Spotify.
Yeah,
It's like, go
absolutely.
buy the CD, go buy the LP.
Yeah, and then
Travis. Mm-hmm.
there's some artists that want to pull it, but like they don't own their music. The
They own
record
their
label
music.
owns the
Yep.
music, so the record label just puts it out there. You know,
Yep. Yep. The beauty that Travis Scott did to get really rich really fast was he has release rights on a lot of his music. So leading up to the launch of an album, for every day he puts out a different limited edition vinyl. And people can buy as many as they want that first day. Then Tuesday comes a new one, a new colorway, a new cover, buy as many as you want. So when the album finally releases, they start printing the vinyls for people and they ship them out to everybody.
creative, right? So I guess
Yeah.
artists to receive some sort of compensation, tantamount to their work, they've got to come up with creative ways to promote and
Mm-hmm.
sell their music
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Put it
because
on vinyl. Vinyl is very popular. It's a very
yeah,
popular
because
format.
yeah,
Cassette tapes are back.
just
And
relying
mm-hmm.
on Spotify or streaming services just don't do it.
Yeah, yeah. You can put it on Spotify, and I'm waiting for one artist to be very, very smart and put up a Spotify version and don't clip part of the songs out. Like
What
clip
do you
part of
mean?
the like a song is 4 minutes long, make it only 3 minutes for Spotify. Then you
Mm,
get the full version of it on
mm,
vinyl.
that's interesting.
So the artist they can get a full song, but it's not the complete song. So you're missing parts of it. I'm not saying you hold off whole entire songs, right? Holding off whole entire songs means that I'll just get the regular version and I get the limited edition version later. So that's what artists are doing now too. They're releasing the same album more than one time in a year, and they're changing the title slightly and adding like six more songs to it,
Okay.
and that gets more streams, but it doesn't boost sales overall.
Yeah.
Going platinum now is not a million albums.
No. No.
It's like a million streams. It's like actually set to a time.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
a
a
hundred,
form. It's
hundred.
a yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
an
like a hundred
interesting
thousand
form.
minutes. It's like
Yeah.
100,000 minutes of your
Right.
album's been listened to.
Right. And I think I just read something. I guess start to be considered successful for an album, you have to have like 6,000 hours or something listened
Probably.
to an album, something like that.
Mm-hmm. That's tough.
Yeah,
And then we're
it
in
is.
a we're in a very transactional music segment in life right now where labels are signing artists to one song after the song's been released and made.
Well, I mean, there's kind of always been that because they would sign people for singles. And then, you just release the single. Then maybe you got to get an album if the single does well.
But
So,
but the single's already out there. So what they're
so,
doing now is saying, hey, that song you got on YouTube or on SoundCloud has 200,000 spins. Sound with us, we get 2 million spins. And
right.
then we get first right of refusal for any of the other of your other singles coming out after you. There's no
Yeah.
A&R departments.
Yeah.
So artists aren't
No,
being
no. You have to come with a buzz already now to,
mhm.
yeah.
It's not even the buzz. You gotta come with sales.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh But let's move on. News. Toho archive accepts unclaimed film masters after Tokyo Laboratory shuts down. The Tokyo Laboratory, Tokyo Genzosho, or Togen, announced on Thursday that the Toho archive will now take over the management of all the Tokyo Laboratory's remaining unclaimed film masters instead of the masters being destroyed. Man, that's beautiful.
I don't
That's
why
beautiful
is it beautiful?
because you have a lot of masters of a lot of Japanese films that are sitting in this laboratory that haven't been claimed by the owners.
Hmm.
Owners may have passed, companies may have died, and so Toho comes around and says, "Hey, we'll archive all that and take care of it because maintaining film is expensive."
Yeah, it is.
You have to, acetate it. You got to keep it in the right temperature and stuff.
Yep.
And the fact that they're willing to say Tokyo Laboratory shut down, and its parent company Toho announced in November 2022 that Tokyo Laboratories had ended its processing business after 67 years. 67 years making films. The company decided that it would be difficult to continue due to changes in their business environment, including increased movement toward distribution of digital cinema packages, DCP, or collections of digital files to store and convey digital cinema. So
Okay.
they're actually keeping the film, and
So,
film is beautiful, right?
yep.
Like the reason we have good classic AK films is because they shot it on film and they put it into digital 8K. And the fact that actual film thing can handle up, if I heard this right, 128K. I mean 128 so
Wow.
right now we're 8K,
Yeah.
but films can handle 128K
Oh, nice.
because it's what your eye sees. It's like it's literally what your eye sees. That's the quality.
Mhm.
So we will have old films like from the 70s and 80s that when they jumping into like 8K, 16K, 32K, 64K, 128K, it's gonna
Mhm.
look remarkable, you know.
Okay.
And but all the modern stuff made in 2000 may not look as good. We're gonna have to create AI to fill in some pixels to
Hey, hey,
to build it
he
up.
might just do that.
We're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
But I've seen 128K screen before, and
That
it looks fucking crazy.
sounds like it looks amazing. Like you said, we're
Um,
at 8K now, so
NHK, Nihon Broadcasting, they can actually send a signal in the air that's 64K. I'm not sure how many birds die going across that signal and how many people get cancer, but they can actually send a 64K signal for live sport.
hey, that is where we're heading, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm interested to
And
see this 128K. That's gonna
it
be
that
fascinating.
it's so funny. NHK had a booth at Now. I think it was Now. Not no Now's the music one.
Mhm.
The broadcasting one. I forgot the broadcasting conference in Vegas. And they brought you into a theater. And they're like, "Are you ready to see 128K?" And you're like, "Yeah." Then boom, they show it in front of you. You're like, "Wow. I can see the veins in that woman's eyes."
Mm,
It's amazing. It looks amazing. You see every hair, every single hair.
bet.
It's like it's funny what your eyes been missing. So we've had shitty TVs all through the 80s, and all those things turn into film. When we get to 8K, we're gonna be like, holy shit! I remember seeing 1080p, and I was like, it's like looking through a window. And then we're at 4K, and it's like, wow, this is
I
like
mean,
looking through a window.
color television is what, like 60 years old,
Maybe, yeah, 60 years old.
something like that.
Commercial color television.
Yeah. So I mean,
Cable's what? About 40, 50 years old?
something like that. Like I
And
don't
internet's
remember a bunch of
30,
people having
30.
cable to
Commercial internet,
the
30.
mid '80s,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
mid to late '80s.
And the internet came on like 92, 93 for commercial use.
But it didn't get popular, I would say, to maybe like 96.
Yep. Yep.
Hell, hell, Google's only been around what, since early 2000s?
Yep. And that
Amazon?
now they're making predictions on how people are going to use the internet. The internet as we see it right now is not going to exist.
Yeah, I bet it won't.
It's going to be you're talking to an AI.
Yeah.
You're just
I mean,
talking to an AI. You
we're
don't need all
moving in
this.
that
You don't need all
direction
this.
closely now. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they said in 20 years, what are you going to need a web page for?
Yeah.
You just go to Amazon's AI and just tell it what you want. It
Right.
gives you a price and sends it to you.
Yeah,
I was like, that's gonna be amazing.
it's gonna be
It's
interesting.
it's gonna be Star Trek. That's what we want.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're kind of there. I mean, not
I don't know how I feel about that because I like Instagram,
But
Instagram has a good mix of the things I like in it.
shit. When all your pictures are AI or VR or VA, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, Instagram gives me my mechs, my cars, my
Yeah.
food pictures, my booty pictures, Megan Good, all in one place.
Yeah, man. It's just a VR set or something like that.
All
Yeah.
that's gonna change. Yeah, all that's gonna change. You just
Yeah.
talk. That's how I think. Have you seen the new the AI badge you wear on it? What's the name of that thing? The Funk
Mm-mm.
could tell me. The Funk's in the chat. He'll tell us. Uh,
I mean, just imagine, well, what the world looked like in 2000. Just think of all the changes we had. Like, you still had dial up in 2000.
yep, people were dialing up.
People were dial up, right? You couldn't, if you called somebody's house, if they were on the internet, you couldn't get a phone call.
Yep.
Literally,
Mm-hmm.
you
Uh,
know?
yeah. The wearable that just came out, Humane AI pen. You wear on your jacket, and you put your hand in front of it, and it tells you things, and you can talk to it and flip it. It sees things. It's an AI pen that goes throughout your life.
So, yeah, man, 2043 is going to be amazing.
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be different,
Great.
and we don't blow up the whole planet by then.
Right, right.
You
Well,
know,
yeah.
it may be the amazing, or it may be Furiosa. It's one of those two. It may be amazing and Furiosa. Because what I'm tripping about is there's a bunch of poor people that want to work and a bunch of rich people that don't want to work. And it seems like the rich people are winning in that battle because the poor people want to work.
It's
There's not
going
like I had to tell a friend, like he was like, people need to work. He's from home, from Lexington. People need to work, blah, 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 blah. I own a roofing company and people need to work. And I'm like, I said, only people that say that are poor people.
to.
Because one thing's for certain, one thing's for certain. Bill Gates, Elon Musk, or any of these other billionaires are talking about working. They're talking about owning things and which girls they're going to throw off the yacht to drown in the Atlantic Ocean as they ride to their island.
Chuck, Chuck getting dark on this.
I'm just saying, am I wrong?
Getting dark, man. I don't need to necessarily work, man. Just give me food and
Nobody wants to work. I
water.
told you we had to. How many years I've been telling you we got to prepare for a world without work. We have to prepare for it
That's it.
because it's going to dry up. It's going to dry up. The only work that I can see happening in 30 years from now that people are going to be working hard at is plumbing.
While
Because
plumbing,
pipes are different and getting into people's basements are different, and those robots are going to be very very expensive to get one.
you know.
That's a very expensive robot to have because everybody's pipes are different. Everybody's house foundations are different. Like I'm pretty sure my plumbing is different than my neighbor's plumbing, and we're in the same building.
Again, back to our earlier point, we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about post-apocalyptic, man. I don't need to work a whole lot, Just if the robots can do all the work and you can provide us with food and shit, we can get food, water, and shelter. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Let them do all the work. Let's do some Star Trek type shit.
Yeah. 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 Put me in my VR headset.
Yep. That's
Speaking of VR headset, the Steam Link can now wirelessly stream VR games to your Meta Quest headset. So Valve's Steam Link app, which lets you stream games from your Steam library to another device, is now able to go to your Meta Quest 2 and 3 and Pro headset. I'm glad I got a Steam Link. I've been sitting on that thing forever. I haven't even updated that. I haven't turned it on forever. But now I can put it to my Meta Quest headset. Oh yeah. It's
So
gonna
what
be
does this
very
do?
fun. It is a wireless streamer that allows you to stream your Steam games to a different device. Now it can let me stream my VR games to my Oculus Quest headset, my Meta Quest headset. So my
Okay.
MetaQuest headset can stream wireless games. The problem is you can always plug up a wireless PC link your wireless Quest headset, but it adds a wire once you use a USB-C dongle and plug it in, USB-C cable and plug it in. But you can play games off the PC. That means more powerful games.
Okay. All right.
But now I can get all the power of my PC sent to my headset wirelessly. That's amazing. So I'm still hands free. One thing the Meta Quest has over everybody else is that it's cordless. So you put the headset on, you can walk around your room. You don't have to worry about tripping over a cord.
Mm.
The cord pulls you out of the realism of what's going on in the headset. Like Apple has a cord, but it's a cord that you strap onto your waist, but you feel that, so you know it's there.
Okay.
You can only turn so much, you know. And Apple didn't give you hand controllers. That doesn't make sense. Nobody wants to shoot anything with finger guns. Nobody wants to use nobody wants to go pew pew. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants people want to trigger and pull the trigger.
Yeah, but then is it that Apple's not necessarily going for the
They're
game
not. They're
audience?
not. But I mean, you're gonna pay $3,500 for a bigger monitor. I guess you could. People for Apple fans will pay $3,500 for a bigger monitor because the new current Apple high-end monitor is $7,000,
Yeah.
and it's not even that big. It's not like 90 inches. It's like 27 inches, 32 inches, and it's $7,000. $7,000. The stand to it, to get a proper stand to it, is $900.
Crazy.
Yeah,
That's my monitor.
yeah, yeah. For a monitor, for a monitor.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
that the stand is you said the $900. The stand is $900, not the monitor.
the stand is $900.
Like I said, the 900 is more than my monitor.
It comes with a normal stand, but as a mounting stand, it's
Okay.
like $900.
Jesus.
That's still expensive.
Yeah.
I can buy a new Sony television,
Right.
the high-end OLED for 3,000, and the stand for it to mount it to my wall is only $300. And Best Buy will come to my house and do it, then put a protection plan on it, even through earthquakes.
Hey, it is good to be Apple. They're
It's
the
good to be the king.
largest value company in the world for shit you don't even need. It's not a natural resource company like car
so,
company.
so they
Oil.
had the Power Mac, right? The desktop, right? The big desktop. The wheels to get it, make it more you can roll it around. The wheels are $400. The wheels.
Amen.
Hey, you can do what you do. You Apple, do what you do.
Yeah. Come for
But
the king. You better not miss. That's it.
yeah, yeah. So the new Steam Link Quest is nice for VR enthusiasts who may already have built-in library of VR games on Steam, but also have a Quest device. And if you've been eyeing a few VR games on Steam as of late, Valve will be hosting the VR Fest on Steam from December 4th through December 11th. So I'm gonna buy a couple more VR games on Steam, and then I can play them on my Quest. I can
Okay.
do my Steam Link. This is what I'm gonna do. This is the wild stuff I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna use my Steam Deck to hook up my Steam Link if I can, and push it over to it. Or
Okay.
I have a Steam Box. I still have a Steam Box computer too. I could probably use. Man, there's a million ways I can fillet this fish. I'm gonna figure out which is gonna be best for me. This could be one of the last stories we're gonna do tonight. I'm gonna do the LCS is shrinking. So just a day after the League of Legends World Championship concluded, Riot has announced that LCS, the game's top league in North America, will be contracting. Both the Golden Guardians and Evil Geniuses are exiting, bringing the league to just 8 teams for the future. So they're going from 10 teams to 8.
Well, so they're contracting as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to expanding.
Expanding, yeah.
Is there a reason why?
It says the news follows turmoil with LCS players early this year and league mainstays TSM also exiting the competition. It's been rough for esports all around. Riot says
Yeah.
more details on the full long-term global strategy for league esports and the LCS are coming in early 2024.
Yeah, I guess we talked about it earlier. Esports have been facing a lot of trouble.
Lots of
Right,
troubles.
esports are in a bad state, a real bad state right now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Overwatch League completely folded. I can go into that story too. So the Overwatch League is officially dead. Activision Blizzard is transitioning away from this groundbreaking esport league as teams reportedly vote to withdraw.
Man,
Damn. Damn. That's like the NBA folding.
yeah,
Could you
damn.
imagine the NBA said, hey, we're cutting 6 teams? People be like, what? What do you mean you're cutting 6 teams? We're cutting 16. Steve Ballmer, we know you built our stadium for us and our headquarters in California. We're gonna cut your teams because LA has way too many teams, and it's all about the Lakers.
Yeah.
Look, that just made Rodney smile. Rodney smile ear to ear. I wish that had damn happened.
Why y'all hate the Clippers, man? I don't get it.
I don't hate the Clippers. I don't hate the Clippers.
Laker fans do. Laker fans hate the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why?
Cause they in LA. There's like one team in LA.
Guess
The
so.
team from Inglewood, baby.
I've never lived in a place that had more than one team in their city, so I guess I don't empathize with it. But I would think you would just want to
You know
support.
how many basketball teams we have in California?
Yeah, but no, I get, but those are farther off. Like LA teams might not like Sacramento because Sacramento's so far away. And
Sacramento
Oakland's 6 hours away. It's a whole state. It's a
Clippers
whole.
are moving Inglewood. Technically, that's Rodney. That's still
LA.
considered LA.
Yeah.
If the Angels are considered LA,
Yeah.
Inglewood is considered LA.
They need like people, Laker fans, like you watch it all the time. Like you listen to celebrities and people talk like Laker fans hate the Clippers.
They do.
I don't get it.
They do. Clippers fans hate the Lakers.
But the Clippers fans don't have enough, it ain't enough Clippers fans to hate the Lakers. Maybe now, but like why they just genuinely hate them. And I get rivalries. I do get rivalries, but jeez.
Mm-hmm. It's the biggest rivalry.
It ain't the biggest damn rivalry. Nobody
in LA it is.
Oh well, that might be true. Nah,
they still rival in LA.
Nobody care about
UCLA and SC.
There is no. I'm saying I'm with Rodney. There's no rivalry.
Because come here and tell you, because Lakers are undoubtedly the best.
That's what I said. There's no rivalry. There's none.
There's no, not really, not really. But as team fandoms, there's rivalry. As fandoms, we're not talking about the actual teams. There's no team compared to the Lakers, including the Detroit Pistons.
No, that's
no team.
Yeah, that's facts. The Lakers are the probably
greatest team ever.
I'm not gonna say that, but probably the biggest franchise.
Greatest basketball franchise ever. Better than the Bulls.
I'm thinking more successful than maybe the Yankees. And that's the past. But in the last 30, 40 years, I don't think there's a franchise more successful
than the Lakers. You can't talk about the Yankees. That's before black people played.
No, I said this in the past. In the last 40 years, the Lakers have what? 11 championships, Rodney? Something like that? Because 10, 11, something like that, Magic and them won. I'm not talking about 16. The whole history. They don't have 16 in the whole. They have 16 in the whole history. I'm talking about since Magic, like 79, last 40 something years.
He said those count 16, bitch.
I know they count.
Count them.
I'm saying since 1979, the last 40 years.
Why don't you just let the Lakers be great, Randy? Just let the Lakers be great.
Have about 10 championships in the last 40 years is what I'm saying. They don't have 16.
Hold on. I'm going to look that up. I don't believe that.
They have 16 for the whole entire existence. They got 11. I think. Because Magic and Kareem won 5. Shaq and Kobe won 3. Kobe won 2. Then LeBron and AD won 1. So it's like 11 since 19.
Championships is 17.
That's the total since the whole. That's including Minneapolis. That's including them being in Minneapolis.
Yes. From 8. You said when Magic joined 81?
79. He was drafted in 79, so they won the 79-80 season. So since 79.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
11.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. Yep.
Jesus Christ, talking to you people. You're like, we had 1,000. We won a championship every year.
And 19 conference championships and 33 division championships.
No, the Lakers
Count them, baby.
In the last 40 years, the Lakers are probably the most successful franchise in sports in America. Roddy's still like 17. We had 17 since 1985.
1949.
Yes, that goes back though to Minnesota.
Yeah.
The Lakers are called the Lakers because Minnesota has a lot of
We
lakes.
know. We know. Nobody cares about that. They call the Lakers because LA be drowning everybody. That's why.
Because the name doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense at all. No, they be drowning everybody out here. That's what it is. Because we ain't got no water. It's because the Lakers be taking teams and drowning them.
Oh, whatever. Oh,
Oh man. Oh.
sensitive Laker fans. Ronnie's gonna mute me in a few minutes.
Oh.
I'm just gonna be
Your
talking.
hate towards the Lakers is unbearable. Let's
I
get back to this
literally just said
Overwatch
they're the
story.
biggest, they're probably the most successful franchise in the last 40 years.
Let's go at the Overwatch League. So Overwatch is done. Damn. I was gonna download Overwatch and play it on my Steam Deck. Damn. Now I
Yeah.
gotta think about that.
Yeah.
Uh yeah,
So
man.
that's unfortunate, man. So why is it? Is it the popularity? Is it the marketing? Like
You
what?
cannot make a game esport. People have to make that determination. Like
Mhm.
you can't say, "Hey, my job is to go out here and make this an esport game." That doesn't work. People had to say your game is an esport. We found a way that the math and everything makes sense. And we can make this a sport,
Okay.
and we can create teams that can actually enter tournaments. Like no, there's not a fighting game except the one Riot's working on. They're trying to make it an esport. Everybody else, from Dragon Ball Fighters to Mortal Kombat, they're just making fighting games and turned it into an esport. League
Okay.
of Legends was just a game and it turned into a sport. It was like the king of esports. But yeah, and then now people take competition games in some of these sports. The Call of Duty's now an esport, but it was just a shooter, multiplayer shooter.
Okay.
Because for it to be esport, we have to be able to monitor scoring, administer penalties, and put in place rules, and that's hard.
Okay.
That's hard. So there's a lot. It's not necessarily a full stop for Overwatch as an esport, but the fact that the company's stepping away from it is tough and it's sad because I want to see more esports. I want to see more games turn into esports. You know, now people do have tournament with games like Mario Kart has tournaments, major tournaments, but it's not an esport. It's not a game that's so technical that you can actually put rules behind it and monitor it.
Well, we'll
You
see.
probably could, but people have to work on that. It's hard.
We'll see how things are gonna turn out, man.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out in the world of esports. We need esports to come back and make a resurgence. Um, Twitch is probably having the same issue with streamers now too. The world is open back up, and people may watch, but they don't watch as much. And nobody's beating TikTok right now.
Oh, good night.
Nobody's beating TikTok.
Oop.
TikTok is dominating. I watch people play video games on TikTok and not on Twitch. And it's like retro games and people playing like made up Mario levels. And I'm like, how are you doing this? They just play so much over and over again.
And it's, people have short attention spans.
They
And yeah.
do. They do. Sit there and watch it.
So,
You know, I watch people take a bus up a road and the road is really narrow and they're trying not to fall and other cars are coming and stuff. I watch that game too. It's really weird. Like, where this game from? Or the grocery store game where you have to go shopping and you have to get certain things, put stuff on the shelf, and then the customer comes and says, "May I help you?" And then you have to run away from the customer because you got to do your job. It's a wild game. It's a wild independent game that some kids made. You know.
well, good luck. Good luck to
Yep.
these. No.
Yeah. Yeah. With that being said, anything you want to share with the people, Randy?
No, I really don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We still determining if we're going to do a show on Wednesday.
I'll do bodies. I guess
You do
bodies.
bodies.
That's what was on the schedule. So yeah.
We may do bodies on Wednesday, you all. Yeah, I know three. I know three of the hosts on Binge Worthy have not seen it.
So we'll
and
see.
We'll see you after the first episode. After everybody watches the first episode this weekend and be like, we'll see.
We'll see.
Thank you all for tuning in. If we do not come back with a show next week, the Geekish Network will be signing off, and we may do a best of show for Binge Worthy. And I need to talk to Rodney if we're going to do a best of show for Pod Squadron, recap for Star Wars this year. With that being said, everybody have a good night. And if we don't come back on Wednesday, well, and we had the holiday show, have happy and safe holidays. If you celebrate Christmas or anything, just spend time with your family. With that being said, peace. And shout out to Digital Click too. Peace.
Yeah. Oh, yep.